Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of B3, All Things MLB. We're here today. Of course, I'm joined by my buddy Brandon. We have a special guest that we're going to let him introduce to you all in just a moment. This is an exciting time for B3. In case you guys haven't known, we do have a proud sponsor now. So we are so proud to announce that this episode of B3 has been our first sponsor, of course. It's by our friend Jasmine. This AL Central preview is probably sponsored by Made with Jazz, her small business, that you should be familiar with by now. She made those cool stickers for us that we were able to give away for our Super Bowl giveaway a few weeks ago that she makes for her Etsy shop. It's really cool. You know, if you aren't familiar with Etsy stickers, you know, you can put them on your laptop, your water bottle. I actually have a few on my laptop right now. They're awesome. Just fun things to decorate with in case, why not? You can put them on anything. You really can. Her website, go check it out. It's www.etsy.com/shop/madewithjazz.
When I'm not sure if this is going to work, but today is her birthday.
It is. At the time of this recording, it is Jasmine's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday, Jasmine.
It is her birthday, so we can, just throwing that out there.
She's
Obviously,
really cool.
When we release this, it will not be her birthday anymore, but It will be right now.
The effort is there. We're wishing you happy birthday. So happy birthday from the past.
Yes.
Literally happy birthday from the past.
Us.
We're practically Marvel.
Exactly. Dude, we're the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Transitioning to things less exciting. Yeah. Our guest tonight is a random bum off the side of the road that we found. Mm-hmm. He was wearing his Francisco Lindor jersey with a hat just over his face and just beaten to the ground, and we couldn't think of anybody better to talk about the AL Central and his Cleveland Indians. He's not a big deal at all, but he is kind of the co-founder of this nice podcast that we have created for us today. He's still a piece of garbage, though, but we love him to death. Scott is now officially on the show for the first time, or at least this mini-series. He's been on the show everywhere else. But yeah, I guess the co-founder, we finally dragged him out of his bed and his misery with Francisco Lindor. Welcome, Scott.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for having me on.
I know you were a tough one to get. You have a busy schedule.
I would like to take this time to thank everyone on this show. The one person I will not thank is Rob Manfred because he's a fucking loser. Thank you.
That is one of the qualifications to be on the show now. You have to hate Rob Manfred.
He's a clown. So, we can bash him
dude, absolutely,
right
now. 100%. Because you guys should know by now how we start our episodes. I'll say it.
Consistency is key.
Consistency is key, you guys. So as always, Rob Manfred is trying to ruin the game of baseball. But what else is new? He's a clown. We hate him.
It's scary that he makes Bud Selig look like a star.
Dude, he looks like he
makes Roger Goodell look competent.
Right. Dude. Let's not get crazy.
I would rather hang out with Roger Goodell during the 2020 NFL draft, just getting drunk in his basement, than anytime.
To be honest, that sounds
Manfred.
like the most amazing situation ever.
What kind of beer does Rob Manfred drink?
I don't think he drinks. I think he's got some sick wine on tap. Did you see his basement? He probably had a bar behind it.
No, Rob, not Goodell, not Goodell.
Not Goodell. Rob Manfred.
Yeah, I think he drinks Seagram's wine coolers, the pina colada ones.
Oh yeah.
Or the blue Calypso.
That's
the sadness just oozing.
He's got 16-year-old underage drinking vibes is what I get from Rob Manfred.
Yeah, dude.
In more ways than one.
More ways than one. Okay. Let's transition away from that. So we can jump into the AL Central. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. So I did have to pause. That's why there's a brief delay. One of the things about owning a pet is sometimes they do dumb shit. So I kid you not, you heard that muffling in the background for all our listeners. Our cat, he got his head stuck in one of the loops from from the store or whatever. Not a plastic bag because that's, but a heavy one from Old Navy or whatever. And he was just sprinting throughout the whole house. And Melissa comes around. She's like, "Pat, I need help! Pat, I need help!" So we're like trying to grab him, and we finally got him. We had to move the whole couch out to like cut the thing off. He's okay now. Like, we're okay. We can talk about baseball now. Like, all things.
In all fairness to the cat, plastic bags are challenging.
They are challenging.
It was a lot smarter than trading Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco.
Okay, yes, Hansel is a lot smarter.
For a bag of sour Skittles, expired Doritos, and flat soda.
I do enjoy some sour Skittles, though.
Yes. But
yeah,
we
sour Skittles. Sour Skittles
Skittles
were good until they like replaced the lime with green apple, and like that's when the sour Skittles like stopped being great. Like,
no, definitely.
Like, they're a good change of pace, but even the like original bag, like I used to eat 2 bags of Skittles a day. Like, I'm sorry, I had an addiction in high school.
There are worse
2 bags
things.
of Skittles a day,
Dude.
And like
I was always a purple bag Skittles fan myself.
Oh, really? I like the original.
I like the sour.
I like the sour.
I would do the
couldn't
sour,
eat
but the
2
purple
bags of
bag,
them.
I could easily take like 3 or 4 of those down without any problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Why I look the way I do, you know?
But yeah. But anyways, I guess the moral of the story, like, things happen during podcasts when you're
Live TV,
in quarantine or whatever. When the world is shut down and you can't go outside, you have to record from home. Things just happen. So things that don't happen at home, you know, the Minnesota Twins, 36-24. This was a close race last year. This was probably the best division in baseball last season. It's not going to be that way this way. What are your guys' thoughts on the Twins?
Well, they brought back Nelly Cruz. I think that was like their big, like they had to bring him back. It's crazy that he's in his 40s and he's
still
such a hot commodity in baseball.
Oh, oof.
Yes.
No, dude. Here's the thing: he's going to hit 30 dingers easily, and we all know it.
I mean, yes, he has been linked to all that.
I hope he has an Adam Dunn season.
But for Minnesota, like, they need him.
They do. He is an integral piece of their lineup.
I will say for Minnesota, they have a lot of nice pieces like on that roster, like especially in that lineup. Like, it's a lot of guys that you don't like. They're not all stars or guys that you're like, oh my god, they have this one guy. Like, I mean, they have guys that are just solid ball players that are gonna hit 260 to 290 and maybe 15 to 25 bombs. Like, I mean, we're not far removed from that team leading the MLB in home runs.
Yeah, they lost Eddie Rosario.
That's a big
That
loss.
was surprising because didn't they non-tender him? Didn't they choose to?
Yeah, they didn't want to pay him. Which I'm pretty sure he got like $8 million from the Giants.
No, he got $8 million from the
dude.
Indians.
Cleveland. I'm sorry, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, which we can't pay Carlos Carrasco $11 million, but we can get this bum Eddie Rosario for $8 million.
I mean, he's not a bum. But the Red Sox were gonna find their way on him, but good for you, Cleveland, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least they have someone that can hit a ball. Like, that makes 2 of them in the lineup that can hit.
That's true.
Hey,
2 out of 9. That's not very good.
That's not – yeah. The pitching staff in Minnesota, it looks like it got a little bit of a boost. You know, they didn't –
I mean, they did lose Odorizzi as of right now.
That does hurt, yes. As of the time of this podcast, Jake Odorizzi has not signed anywhere.
I mean,
don't know what
I always butcher his name, but Jose – is it Berrios or whatever?
Berrios, yeah.
Like, he's a solid number 1.
1,000%. Yes, he does. J.A. Happ coming over from New York helps. J.A. Happ's a good pickup for them.
J.A. Happ's not a bad pickup. He's not a guy that's going to change a division, but he's a solid pickup.
He's a locker room character guy.
For a small market team, that's a good signing.
That's a guy who's going to get you 150 to 170 innings, which is what you need for Minnesota. So.
Yep. Getting Alex Colomé from the White Sox, I mean, that's a good signing, but, you know, it's piss in the water compared to what they just got. I think so, yeah.
Because they have Rogers closing?
Yes, yes.
You know, he's not bad.
No, absolutely not. And, you know.
In all fairness, this division, you don't need a lot right now. Like, I mean, especially if you're Minnesota, like, you got to realize, like, the White Sox went all out, right?
Yes,
so, like, if you're the Twins, like,
you're
not competing. You're not competing to beat the White Sox. Like, you kind of realistically have to kind of know what you are, right? Like, so if you're Minnesota, you're kind of fighting for that wild card spot, knowing that the White Sox are going to be the team to beat, you know?
Well, that's where the Andrelton Simmons signing comes in, how they got poaching him from the Halos. That was a great addition.
stud in the field.
Very low key signing.
Yes, that was under the radar. Twins, not really. It doesn't really feel like that much has changed. I predicted them to go 88-74, second in the AL Central.
Yeah, I had them at the high 80s for wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
you look so thrilled over there.
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of looking at the White Sox roster and like I'm kind of like yawning. Nothing overwhelming about the White Sox. The Twins bore me. So I was moving on to the White Sox a little prematurely, and they're also like a bunch of bums. So I can transition us into the overrated, fraudulent White Sox. If you want
hard transition.
Hard transition. This rotation is highly overrated. I see one good pitcher in this pitching staff, and that's their number one, Lucas Giolito. I think Dallas Keuchel sucks. When you throw 86 and you're a spot pitcher, I don't think that classifies you as good. He had one good year in a Houston uniform, which they were caught cheating. Never forget.
Facts. Lots of facts.
We're still shame touring them this year. I hope everyone is on board with that.
We are.
I think Lance Lynn was a product of the shortened season. He's been pretty mediocre throughout his career. Besides last year, he also played in the AL West. I like Dylan Cease. He's just very young. I don't know if he is able to handle the workload of a 162-game season. And Carlos Rodon, I was told he was supposed to be the next Clayton Kershaw, and he's been a bum. So
yeah, I said
dude, he's been so much of a bum. I'm pretty sure he was also non-tendered, and they just brought him back.
They brought him back to compete with Ronaldo Lopez, who the name Ronaldo Lopez just screams like 103 miles an hour, though, to me.
And the thing is with him, and Scott can attest to this, Lopez is like the nastiest pitcher in the show after like 2 seasons in franchise. But somehow in real life it doesn't happen.
Yeah, like he's got so much potential.
But
they have a decent bullpen. Liam Hendricks will close down games for them. But I don't see a lot of names. Oh, they have that lefty, don't they?
Yeah, they do. The guy does 101.
Yeah. Is that Aaron Bummer?
No, I think it's not Bummer. It's
it Garrett Crochet? That's who it is.
That's who it is.
Yeah. Dude was born in 99.
Didn't he just make his debut last season, too?
Yeah,
he was drafted last year.
The White Sox like doing this thing where they draft a player and they're like, you know what, minors? Nah.
Put him up there.
He's so new. MLB.com doesn't even have a picture for him. Like, that's when you know you're good.
That's like the MLB like 04 type thing right there.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Like MVP baseball, like when you have Kevin Millar, but it's not Kevin Millar, you know?
Yeah.
No, but the White Sox lineup is a little dangerous. I do have a little concerns with like guys like Nick Madrigal or whatever, however you pronounce it. I'm not good with the English language, but
that's all right. We knew that.
They're a little short, little 5'8", 175. I don't think that Tim Anderson is gonna like continue his run. I like Eloy and Luis Robert in the outfield. That dude's fucking good. Like
I also like that they brought Adam Eaton back too.
Yeah, Adam Eaton is definitely he's got a real punchable face, but he's a solid veteran player.
Yep. You gotta have one of those. Every team needs one of those.
Yeah. And I've been the biggest Jose Abreu fan like since he came over and like was real happy for him.
My thing with Abreu, like he had a great obviously 2020.
Yeah.
And even 2019 he was solid, but I mean the man is 35.
It's true.
Like
dude can rake though.
Oh, he can rake.
Yeah.
But this year is probably his last year at first base.
Yeah, and they have him set to DH. I mean, they got Grandal and
they got
Grandal can play first, and Abreu can DH, and then Zach Collins is supposed to be really good. I don't know.
I think they have the top first base prospect also.
Yeah, Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah, Andrew Vaughn.
He rakes.
He'll be coming up. Probably.
The White Sox, with all their stupidity that they've done in the past with Fernando Tatis Jr., but like their farm system was pretty loaded the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it was. And the problem that I think that the White Sox are going to run into has nothing to do with their team in general. I think it goes with their drunk coach.
Yeah, dude.
I just think that like La Russa being as old as he is, like he hasn't adapted to the way that baseball is. So like he just doesn't know how to manage a team. And like a guy like Terry Francona gets you like 6 or 7 more wins than like you should, like just because of the way like he manages some games and steals a run here, steals a run there, and ends up stealing wins. I just don't see La Russa doing that. And I think that we could see a very, very like highly disappointing season in like 83 wins for them.
I could see like late April, mid-May, obviously depending on the season situation. Like I could see a hostile situation in that locker room.
Yep, and there's a lot of young guys, so I mean it'll be up to the veterans to control that. But I tell you what, they lose 5, 6 in a row, that might spiral out of control to like 10, 11, and it could get ugly.
As a Cubs fan, it's hard for me to say what I'm about to say. I love this White Sox team. Like just overall, I love Eloy Jimenez. I love Dylan Cease. Granted, we screwed the pooch on that. We did. Jose Quintana trade. I'm not going to tell you we did. I love Luis Robert. He's probably one of my top 5 favorite players in baseball right now. To speak to Scott's point, like their rotation, it's outside of Giolito. I don't love the idea of Dallas Keuchel, Lance Lynn. I don't, like you said, 2020. Like 2020 was just its own separate thing. The bottom of the rotation, Dylan Cease, Ronaldo Lopez, Carlos Rodon. There's nothing to get excited about.
The thing is with that pitching rotation is like in that division, like there's no other lineup that you're like, oh, I need to be careful of that.
Right.
Like if they were in the AL East, that pitching rotation would get shredded.
It's very true.
Yes, it's absolutely true. And what holds me back, granted, my prediction is going to say something entirely different, but this is just a regular season prediction. I don't think that a soon to be 77-year-old Tony La Russa is going to take you to the World Series this year. I absolutely
not this team.
You have the team, but you screwed it up when you named the manager. And White Sox fans know it. I know Sox fans back home.
This reminds me.
They were pissed off when they made this hire.
This reminds me of when the Red Sox got Bobby Valentine.
Yep.
Like everybody knew as soon as they did the hire that it was the wrong move.
Jerry Reinsdorf messed up here. Like there's no question about it. Everyone was pissed when they made this hire. I still don't like it. People listen to his intro press conference. They started saying different things. Like, what is he going to go up there and say? You want him to just take a dump on the organization? No. Of course he's going to talk the talk. But we're going to find out real quick if they're legit.
Yeah. We'll find out very quickly.
All of this aside, I am not talking about what the White Sox are going to do in the playoffs because I think that'll be something entirely different. But on paper, I do love this team. This is hard for me to admit because they are going to be the better team in Chicago. I can't dispute that. Cubs are going down. The White Sox are trending up. I gave them a 93-69 record, and I'm going to give them first place in the AL Central.
Yeah, that's about where I'm living with them too, barring a war in the locker room.
Absolutely.
I feel like that this was supposed to be like how they were last year, and like they just severely disappointed, and like I can just see it happening again unless someone takes like an extra step for them, like offensively and like a leadership role. I don't know if Tony La Russa is the guy. I don't even know if he's going to survive a year.
Yeah, I mean, Moncada needs to be the MVP candidate that he can be.
Yep.
Jimenez and Robert need to take a step towards being like the Batch brothers of that lineup.
Yep.
Because Abreu, in reality, like eventually he's going to start regressing. Same with Grandal. Like you need these guys to step up now.
Yeah, your young guys got to step up.
So can we go transition to the Tigers? Because I don't think that like we should spend a lot of time talking about the Tigers because it's actually sad. Like looking at the Tigers.
What I will say about the Tigers, and I know their MLB roster is not pretty per se. they do have a lot of great prospects on the coming up. So, I mean, like, I always pronounce his last name wrong, but I think it's Casey Mize or Miz.
Yeah.
Mize,
He looks like a
cheddar.
stud. Yeah, he's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
Then they drafted the third base kid, number 1 overall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, he's going to be coming up barring any setbacks. So, like, they have certain pieces, but they're a team that's at least 4 or 5 years away from even being in a conversation to –
Dude, I just feel bad for Miguel Cabrera. I feel so bad for him, dude. And this is going to be a team, like, they're going to hold on to Michael Fulmer too long. And I think
they already did.
Yeah, he already
at that, dude. They messed up. And the Jose Urena coming over from Miami, like, why? Why? They're not going to be competitive.
Pitch innings at this point.
I don't think that any of the moves that the Tigers make have made sense, especially, like, after failing to win a playoff game with that nasty roster that they had, like, of, like, Miggy,
Dombrowski really
Hunter. Yeah. Like, I think there was, like, David Price, Max Scherzer,
Verlander, Rick Porcello, 4 Cy Young winners in their rotation.
Yeah, and they didn't win a single playoff game. And they also had, like, V. Martin in the prime and Ian Kinsler, Miguel Cabrera.
JD Martinez, too, I believe.
JD Martinez.
JD was on that squad. Then they didn't win a single playoff game. Like, so ever since then, like, I don't trust, like, anything the Tigers do.
Not to mention, like, JD Cabrera was in, like, his prime during that.
Yeah, like the guy that, like, hit like 782 against the Indians over a 2-year stretch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just wanted to talk about them because I'm trying to put off talking about the Indians until last, so that's why.
Dude, you're fine.
Oh no, don't worry. We'll get
Tigers. I gave 68.
I'm sad for the Tigers too. Like, I might be more sad that we're talking about the Tigers first.
The Tigers situation right now reminds me of, like, mid 2000s, like early 2000s, like, where they were just trash. Like, and I don't want to, like, bash on them because, like, their GM is doing his job right now. Like, he's literally just getting guys to fill the main roster holes until these guys are ready.
The farm system's ready. Yep.
And he's done a great job with that farm system, giving what he walked into. So I will give him props for that. I mean, they're doing a great job with that. I'm pretty sure – is Osmus their manager now too?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If he is, that's a great hire too because, I mean, he's a guy who can really help out with some of these young guys too.
No, dude, it's not. It's AJ Hinch.
Okay, even better. Perfect.
Yeah.
A guy who's been with – I mean, I know he has a lot of issues with the whole situation being with the Astros and all that stuff. But if you don't look at that part and just look at the part of, like, being with the Astros, like, them coming up as a team with the prospects that all came up at the same time, like, he's kind of a good manager to kind of – I don't want to say put that together because he's not going to in his run, but he's going to get these guys into a spot where they will be at least ready to go at some point.
And he did that with Houston.
Yeah, I mean, barring the whole situation that came about,
right.
But I do think he'll come out with something to prove and trying to do something. So I think this is a great opportunity both for the Tigers and him. So.
Yeah, they're still coming in last though this year.
Oh, they are, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to put a
for
positive
the future,
spin on them.
right? Yeah. Like 2021,
positive spins only.
Yes, positive spins only.
So I guess we can get, if you're listening, go light a candle, dim the lights for a low.
Hold on. Wait, why are we going all the way there?
Yeah, going there. Yeah, the stat meter is still like medium to high.
You want to do the Royals first?
Let's do the Royals, and then
like I said, we're trying to avoid it.
We can do the Royals first. Okay. So you guys, I'm gonna be the one to say it. This team actually doesn't suck. Like,
I'm very upset with what they did.
Oh yeah, dude. We'll get to that. I actually really like the Kansas City Royals. I like their colors. Granted, this is a Cubs shirt. It's not a Royals, but it is like the Royals. Like
unis. Their unis are so sick.
Dude,
they're pretty. They're very pretty.
I love their rotation. I probably am more excited about this rotation than the White Sox. I like Brady Singer and Brad Keller. Those are two young guys that are studs. And Mike Minor, that signing was great too.
Very low-key signing too.
It was. I think it was the first signing of the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel old. There's two guys in this rotation that are younger than me.
Dude.
There's
we're at
Singer,
that terrible age where that happens.
Yes, Singer was born in August of '96, and Bubik was born in '97. Like, insane, oh my god, man.
I hate myself.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the team is still solid. Like, Whit Merrifield's a solid player. Jorge Soler's figured some things out.
Yeah.
You still got Salvi behind the plate.
He's getting
Mondesi's a solid piece.
Alberto
they now have a solid left fielder, which I don't want to talk about.
Alberto Mondesi is like Alberto. Sorry, coolest name in baseball, by the way.
Alberto.
Like, that team's a solid team, and I hate that the Sox gave them Benintendi, and it's fine. Everything's fine. But, I mean, hopefully he figures his things out that he needs to for Kansas City and becomes the player that he was supposed to be in Boston, and now he can do it for a small market team and hopefully help Kansas City make some noise in the Central.
That team can rake, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it can.
Like, they signed Carlos Santana, too. RIP, give me a moment.
Another low-key signing that there was not a lot of love for on like ESPN and stuff, but Santana's a solid pickup.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's gonna help them get guys on base. Like, his patience like helps everyone in the lineup out. Like, I remember there was a time where like Terry Francona actually let off Carlos Santana just because like he saw so many pitches.
And when you have him and Perez in the same locker room, like, the leadership is just, guys that have been there,
Yep. So I think they're going to be better than most teams. Most people think they're going to be
sitting around the 80 to 82 wins, barring a breakout season from one of their starting pitchers.
I put them like just at 78. Like, I think they're going to be on the cusp of 80.
Okay.
They could be really good.
Yeah.
They are like, I don't want to say wild card of the division, but they kind of are.
To make Scott feel better, I did put them at 4th place still.
The Indians are another wild card in the division. Like, I don't want to transition to this moment for Scott, but like, both those teams like have pieces that potentially could carry them to be higher than these other teams in the division. Mm-hmm. Like, as much as we both, I mean, Ben and I are both kind of on the White Sox train. Like, there's no clear cut. Like, okay, they're going to win the division. I know a lot of ESPN and MLB Tonight and all of them are like freaking out over the White Sox, but like. Yeah. In reality, the White Sox haven't done anything. For the first
time since 2005, they're hopping all over the White Sox.
But they haven't done anything yet. So, like...
No, they haven't. They got bounced in the first round by the A's.
Cleveland has an ace right now who arguably is one of the, if not the best pitcher in the American League right now. So, Scott, do we need to dim the lights and put the candles on? And
Cue the lights. Cue the lights.
Go light those candles. Dim the lights.
Yeah, my candles been lit since... It went down. It was a sad time, but it's okay.
I'll say a prayer.
We suck. Paul Dolan, sell the team. Just do it, bro. I think I want to start off with a statement about the state of the Cleveland Indians, and I'm going to call them the Cleveland Indians. No. We have acknowledged that we will have a name change, but for this 2021 season, Chris Antonetti did say that we will refer to ourselves as the Cleveland Indians. Mm-hmm. We're not going to let Chief Wahoo rest just yet.
Run it back one more time.
Yeah, exactly. Run it back one more time. It'd be like a farewell tour for the Indians name. But the thing that just irks me the most about it is like Paul Dolan is just sending like Chris Antonetti, our GM, out for all these statements. It's like, dude, you made a name change. And you're also traded like the best player in your franchise's seen since like
OG Grady Sizemore.
Yeah, OG Grady Sizemore before an injury. Omar Vizquel, Jim Thome, like the face of your franchise, like you traded, and you haven't even made a statement about it. Like, if you just come out and tell the fans, like, hey, like, after the World Series run, like we didn't like generate enough revenue that we thought that we could like keep paying for these contracts, and like we need to rebuild. So that's why we're not spending a lot of money. COVID hit us hard. Just come out and say that. Like, that's all what we want is just like acknowledge like the fans and like tell them. But instead you're like sitting behind closed doors. You won't make a statement to the fans. Like it's just very coward like. And like, if you just come out and tell me that like we're in a rebuilding phase and like we're doing that, like I wouldn't care. I would accept it. But like you're just hiding and it's pissing me off.
Dude, 100%, especially I would be the most pissed after you essentially just gave up on Francisco Lindor. Like, didn't even try to offer the man a contract extension.
And if they did, they
just shipped him off to Steve Cohen. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
They lowballed it so much that it was probably just like a slap in the face, honestly.
I mean, and it's like similar to the Mookie Betts situation. Like, you could argue Lindor, when on, is top 5 player in baseball.
Right, like, and the trades were kind of similar too, because the Red Sox also gave up David Price, and the Indians are also giving up Cookie Carrasco.
But here's the thing: like the Red Sox lowballed Mookie Betts to a disrespectful number.
Yeah.
The Indians did the same thing to Lindor.
Yep.
And like, once you do that, there's no real going back.
No, there's not.
Like,
it's just disrespect. Like, there's always going to be that
point. Like, it's one thing if you tell them, like, hey, look, like right now, this is my best offer. If you give me, like, let's say hypothetically, right? You knew Lindor's free agency was coming. Everybody in baseball knew that, right?
Yep.
If you would have come up to him 2 years ago and be like, hey, my best offer right now is $250. You know, we can revisit this next spring training if you want, but right now $250 is my number. You know, if you perform this season like you have been, like next season we can bump that up and see what we can do. I don't like, and obviously like we're not in the business of like understanding that part maybe, right. But like as a fan who's been a fan for, you know, our whole lives as for teams, like, and I just don't get like where there's loss in translation of like how to do business. Like it's so sneaky and so just like it doesn't make sense to me. It's one thing, and if you're the GM, like, and the owner just won't give you the money, like, if you're the owner, how stupid do you sound saying, yeah, I don't want to invest $300 million into a guy that's going to make me $700 million this year in revenue and jersey sales and other promotional things. Just the fact of putting a solid ball club out there and potentially making the playoffs to get more attendance. Like,
really
yeah, like, how does that make any sense in a business world?
If you can't afford to pay the players, don't own the team. Like, and like this year, most teams will get a pass because of COVID. And I understand that. And like the Lindor thing kind of didn't help the situation for Cleveland being a small market team or even mid-market team. So like that makes sense. But if you're the Cleveland Indians and you knew that Lindor is a top 5 player in baseball, why do you not offer him a contract 2 or 3 years ago? And I know I got absolutely flamed on social media in 2016 or 2017. It was one of the two. I just came out and said the Indians need to sign Lindor in 10 years, $200 million right now. And I got flamed.
If you think about that, if that
I got
happened,
my ass
he'd be severely underpaid.
Yeah, and then like now it's like,
be a steal.
Like, it's $325. It's like, yeah, like that's a 70% increase on what I wanted to offer him 4 years ago. Yep. And you know what? If they sign him in 2016 or 2017 to that deal, or whenever it was, I don't care, 2015, 2016, 2017, I don't know where it was, but either way, they would have him for 4 more years right now. 4 more years.
4 more years of his prime, by the way.
Of his prime, yeah. And now the Mets are getting it.
Yep. Good for the Mets.
And the Indians didn't really get much for it.
They got nothing. They like this kid, Jimenez is supposed to be okay. Dude, he's 5'11", 161. So like he's not even like if you list yourself as 161, you are not even 155.
No.
What did they get Rosario too in that trade?
Yeah, they got Rosario. I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but the lineup is just it's sad. Like the outfield, like I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like Franmil Reyes should be DHing. I think Naylor's gonna play the field, outfield. You got Mercado in center. I guess we just gave up on Bradley Zimmer. Eddie Rosario is gonna be playing left field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's going to play shortstop, whether it's Rosario. I think Jimenez is starting in the minors this year.
I would assume
Jose Ramirez is going to be our best player.
Yeah, and I want Nolan Jones to be up because he's just an absolute stud and rakes.
Is he third?
Yeah, he's a third baseman, but he's taking reps at first, so there's a chance that like he could play first, and like first base is open right now. Like the only person that can play there is Bobby Bradley. I want Bobby Bradley to get some time because like the dude absolutely mashes, but like he's never gotten time. Cesar Hernandez being brought back was nice. Like he played very well for us, so I'm glad that we brought him back. But then Roberto Perez behind the plate, like he can't hit. He can call a game, but like I don't know. The bullpen, I actually think the bullpen is really strong between we get our steroid boy back in from the Kluber trade and Emmanuel Clase, who throws like 102. And then Karinchak, Wild Thing, stud, Nick Whitgren, 7th inning role. We got Nathan and Cam Hill, and then Kyle Nelson as like a lefty. I like Quantrill as the rotation guy, as the number 5 behind. If Adam Plutko is in the rotation, I'm done. I'm gonna burn a jersey. Like I will not.
Did you know what's gonna happen? You know he's gonna pee.
Well, they said that they want to run a 6-man rotation. I'm like, oh yeah. You just have fucking Shane Bieber, and you're gonna run 6-man rotation. Take away a couple starts from him.
Not to mention McKenzie's solid too.
Yeah, you got your rotation is going to be Bieber at 1, Plesac 2, Savali 3, McKenzie 4, and like Carrasco was your 5. I wanted to move Carrasco to the pen because if you had a pen of Clase, Karinchak, Whitgren, and Carrasco, like you would be godly. And then we have a couple studs coming up. I know Ethan Hankins is coming up. He was a first-round pick. He throws just absolute gas, and like obviously we can develop our pitchers. We can't develop a hitter if our life depended on it. Also, I see Daniel Johnson is a outfield candidate for us. He came over in the Yan Gomes trade, I believe.
I mean, I will say this about Cleveland. Like, I know, like, obviously, Scott, I'm sure you're still in your moment about the Lindor stuff, but I mean, there is stuff to be positive about with this roster.
Especially the rotation. I'm very excited about that.
I mean, I very much hope that the Indians do not puss out on Bieber and pay him.
Good luck.
Yeah,
I do think Cleveland has the best rotation in the division.
For you, Scott. I was trying to give you a positive outlook without the realistic part of it. Without the realistic part. But, I mean, this rotation is very strong for an American League team. Like I know the NL is very pitching oriented, but like this rotation could go up against anybody in the AL. Like
even just looking at it, yeah.
I mean, you have Bieber, who's most likely going to be a Cy Young candidate this year. McKenzie,
Bieber, baby.
McKenzie, good old sticks. There is,
Can someone get this man a steak?
Like he's 120 something, man. But then he throws 98, and you're just like, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, that kid's good. I'm glad that he recovered from the shoulder injury.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was watching a game last year? Maybe it was 2019. I get years mixed up now at this point. Of him just like being so dominant, and he's not like he doesn't. I mean, his number 2 pitch I wasn't completely impressed with, but his fastball he hides it so well and he throws it pretty hard. I mean, not for his baseball standards now, but like mid 90s to high 90s, like, and he hides it. Like, not many hitters are going to be all that great against that.
No. And the way that he holds that ball with like his stride, like you were saying, like that ball, like it might be registering at 98, but it looks like 102, 103.
It reminds me of when Cueto came up.
Yes.
Cueto had that motion. I mean, obviously he started dancing after a couple of years, but he had that motion of like he hit the ball so well, and then when he strides, like it was all of a sudden it's on you.
Yeah, the Cueto shuffle.
Yes. I mean, he had to get creative with the ball after he stopped throwing 98, 99. So
yeah,
you got it.
You do.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, this division is a huge question mark in my opinion.
I think it's wide open. Honestly.
It is.
I put Cleveland at 80 and 82. I gave them 3rd place.
Yeah, I had them
Poverty
sitting in the low
franchise.
80s.
Poverty franchise.
Poverty franchise. We hate poverty franchising.
Pittsburgh knows that.
I would like to know what the Vegas like over under is for like the Indians wins this year. Like that'd be something to look up.
Just don't
I
look
feel
at
like
any
Vegas is going to have them
projections that people
set
put out
somewhere at like
online.
mid-70s.
Yeah, I bet it's like, oh, we could play that. We can play that game. But I'm gonna look it up. Let's put our odds in. I think I'm gonna say the over under is 79.5 for the Indians wins.
Say 76.5.
All right,
I'm gonna go in the middle of that. I'm gonna go about 77.
77. All right, let's
some prices.
see.
This is. Some
I'd be
prices
shocked if it's over 80.
I will too.
Oh no, we only have odds to win the pennant.
Oh,
that doesn't help us at all.
That does not help us.
Yeah.
Well,
oh man, I wanted to get this.
we can post it when we post the episode.
That's true.
We could.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, action.
Well, let Scott do his research, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, they have it. They have it set at 81.5.
What? Hold on. Is this the same?
Was this before Lindor or after?
80 wins.
That's live.
Wow.
So
I don't buy it. I'll take under.
Yeah, I'm taking under on that.
Even though I know I just said 80 and 82, I would bet the under there.
Yeah, we just completely contradicted ourselves. But
yeah, dude.
This is our show. We do.
If I had to bet. Yeah, literally. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Life is just way too short to bet the unders. So over me.
All right.
Okay.
It's a potential win-win / lose-lose for Scott here.
Yep.
It really is.
I'm just gonna root for disappointment.
That's
okay. Like all my Mets stuff should be here by mid-April.
There you go.
Big Mets guy.
You love to see it.
I wish Stephen Cohen owned my team. Dude, literally said, I don't care about money. I have enough of it. I'm here to win a World Series. Like,
that's goals right there.
Your only hope is that LeBron
hiring a pedophile.
At this point.
Yeah, dude. LeBron.
That's your hope right now.
Oh, LeBron will own the Cavs, which is cool because Dan Gilbert's a mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. It's going to be funny because he's going to be the one to outbuy him.
Yep.
Yep.
You're gonna tell him, get out of here. You don't know what you're doing.
Yep. That's going to be a sweet moment.
I love that.
I can't wait to see Michael Jordan versus LeBron James as owners.
God.
Right, dude.
He might be petting out, like, by Jordan, like, by his team.
I could see that. I could see that.
No, Jordan would never give it up.
No.
There would be enough money in the world because he would get toasted, even by Skip.
Yep. That's hard to do.
I think that wraps up the AL Central.
Yeah, I think
don't have anything else.
No, Scott, do you have any final words that you want to
give to Indians Nation?
Yes, I do. I have 3 words.
Oh,
here we go.
It's fuck Paul Dolan.
There you go. You heard it here first. Heard it here first.
I'm probably still going to watch every Indians game this year, though. So
a lot of
respect. I'm going to put that on record.
A lot of respect.
That's going to be painful, but I'm going to do it.
Gotta respect it.
You got to do it.
Being an MLB fan's a grind.
It is. It really is. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
I don't sprint for anything, so it's okay.
Nope. I only sprint
for tacos.
Literally, dude.
Maybe tacos.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be it for AL Central from B3. Catch us next week. We'll have another division.
Make sure you catch us on Apple Podcasts now as well.
Yep.
Apple, baby.
We are on Apple, baby.
We're also on Spotify and YouTube. So please make sure that you're following, liking, subscribing, 5 stars all across the board. Anything you can do to help us out, whether it's feedback or just listening to us and giving us that time, anything is greatly appreciated. So
unless
now
you're
that we're on
buy Dogecoin.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Please criticize. Please constructively criticize us.
Constructive.
Don't be a dick.
Because if we don't like it, we will read it on the air and we will roast it.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. I won't say who it's from, but we'll roast it.
Yes, we will.
You will know that it's you. Okay. But anyways, there you go. Don't be a clown. Don't clown us.
Don't clown us.
We'll catch you next time.
Until next time.
Sell the team.